In this video, I'm going to be walking you through a feedback tool called Amz Finder. The purpose of this tool is obviously to help get feedback for either your store or your products. Now, the purpose of having feedback on your store is if no one knows who you are and you have no social proof online of doing good business, then some people may be uncomfortable with your store. And unfortunately, if you don't solicit good reviews, you're only going to technically get negative reviews because it does take people a little bit of work. After each sale takes place on Amazon, there's two options for any customer to leave reviews. They can leave a product review or they can leave what's called seller feedback. Now, Amazon has this as an option in case sellers are, doing bad things. Amazon does want to know. So if you get a bad review or a complaint, Amazon wants to resolve it. And if you get enough of them, obviously Amazon will not let you be a seller anymore. So if you're doing nothing to get good reviews, you're really probably only going to get negative ones. And some people do leave good reviews, but they're few and far between. However, when you use a system like Amz Finder, it makes this process very simple because all you're doing is simply sending out an automated email after every single item you sell that is just making it easy for someone to leave seller feedback or to leave a product review if that's what you want. Now, I know you've seen many of these emails. They really look like they're coming from Amazon. Right after you purchase, it says, "Hey, thank you for your order. We want to let you know that it's shipped. Please let us know how you like it." But usually, or you can set your campaign to send the email out once it's been delivered. You can say, "Hey, how do you like the product? Let us know." So the purpose of having a feedback software is for a couple of reasons. One, you're just requesting feedback and making it easy for people to leave feedback because a lot of times people just don't leave reviews. And two, it's also going to help you with your customer service a little bit because when there is a problem, you have a chance that someone may respond to that email instead of going straight to Amazon, and you potentially could deal with that problem before it becomes a problem on Amazon because your store health is really, really important. And technically you're always going to make things right anyways, but if you can eliminate any negative feedback on Amazon for your store, that is always a good thing. And you're going to have negative feedback, you're not going to have a perfect record your whole time. I've been an online retailer for about 3 years, and all of the negative reviews that I've gotten really blew my mind. And a lot of times they were misunderstanding, and most often they just were upset with the product they got, but I was selling, a name brand product that wasn't my own product. And so they took it out on me as a seller for something that they purchased feeling like it, wasn't even my listing or anything. So ultimately I've been able to get most of the negative reviews just removed because they were simply not anything to do with me as a seller. But it does help when you have a lot of positive reviews. If you ever are going to sell something that's either merchant fulfilled or for some reason people are going to want to view your store, it is good to have a lot of feedback. Because if you have like a 98% positive feedback and you have 4.5 stars or 5-star average or whatever it is, that does make people feel more comfortable. And in the end, it will marginally boost your sales. So the purpose of Amz Finder is just that. After every single sale, they're going to send out an automated email because if it's up to you and you start selling thousands of units, you're just not going to do that. It'd be way too time consuming. And in the end, once you have, a certain number of reviews, you're going to get them anyways. And in my opinion, it's okay to just let that happen organically. But use a service like this, especially when you're starting. Because when you have a newly launched store, Amazon tells people that you're newly launched. And if you ever try to sell something as a merchant fulfilled as a newly launched seller, you're going to have an uphill battle for sure. But as soon as you get some good reviews, that tag will be removed from your store so people won't know. And really the majority of the time people think they're just buying their products from Amazon, even when, over half the time they're buying them from a third-party seller. So this is important, especially if you're selling on a listing that say has, very few product reviews or what have you. It's good to ask to get reviews because the more reviews that are on a product, that really does affect sales and it does affect the performance of a listing. But if you're selling a name brand product where there's already, 1,000 reviews, 500, 5,000, whatever it may be, like really, you're not going to do much and you're just spending money really for no reason at that point. So the next part is on Amz Finder, they really have 4 different plans. They have a free plan, right? Which allows you 500 monthly emails. It's all automated. They still have invoice generator. I get a lot of questions about this one. If you're selling in the US, that this really isn't too big a deal. But if you are in, some different marketplaces, say Europe or something like that, it is normal for customers to request an invoice. And really what that is just a receipt saying you bought this from me for this much. Here's, a receipt for it, an invoice. And so you can, if people are consistently asking you for that, you can actually just have it automatically sent out every time, so you don't have to worry about it. They have email templates. You can go edit them. It's pretty simple. I'll show you some screenshots here in a minute of the software itself. You get a dashboard report. They'll show you actually the work they're doing. This is how many emails we sent out. This is how many reviews we've gotten. This is how many, whatever. It tracks everything. Then ASINs is for the number of products that you want to have automated reviews sent out for every time a product is purchased. So essentially you just say, I want them on these products. I don't want them on these products. Because all they're doing is they're counting monthly emails. If you're selling on a listing that, is a name brand product, say you're selling some Hamilton Beach coffee maker or something, and they already have, 5,000 reviews on there, I would exclude that, right? You don't need to be requesting reviews at that point. Because it's really not going to make that big a difference. But if you have a name brand product that's pretty new and it has a high seller rank, but it doesn't have a lot of reviews, you can really help the performance of that product by getting reviews for all of the additional sales that you're getting. So those I would include. And they let you include as many as you want anyways, because in the end, they're just going to limit, the number of emails that you're allowed to send out. And then marketplaces included. No, don't skip campaigns. So the campaigns is essentially a set of rules that tells AMZ Finder when you want emails sent out. So you can have it sent out upon purchase. You can have it sent out upon delivery. And so basically what you do is you go build out exactly what you would do yourself as a follow-up, right? So I, for example, would, when the product's delivered, I want to send them an email saying, hey, thank you for buying this from me. Please let us know how we did. Here's a link to leave us seller feedback. If you have any issues, contact us. Right? Thank you so much. Just a very, very simple email. And because you're giving them a link that they can just click on, it makes things so simple for them that you're much more likely to get reviews. You'll just get them by doing this alone. And it doesn't take any time from you. Once you set up your campaign, it just goes. Very, very simple. And then marketplaces included is just, they'll allow you to use the software on a single marketplace with the free account. So if you have a store and you're in multiple marketplaces, say you're selling in Canada and Mexico and Europe and what have you, that's totally fine. But if you do sell in multiple places and you want this software to act in all of them, then you're going to have to at least be the basic. And I believe you can go all the way up to, it looks like, $800 a month. So if you have a massive store and you're sending out massive feedback, whatever it is, that might be worth it. So go through and decide, based on your volume, what works for you here. And in the end, you can do a free trial on any of them. So if you think you're going to be at least at the basic and you do a free trial, that's really helpful because, you're going to be able to go use all the different tools, use all the different resources in there. And then after, I think it's a month, I think you get a free month. Actually, let's just click on it. Let's find out. Oh, I'm not gonna fill this out right now in the video, but that's all that it does. Okay, so now when you're in the software, right? This is essentially what it's going to look like. It's going to give you, it's going to be on the feedback request. It just shows you, hey, I want to send requests on these. This will all be automated, but it will show you exactly what it looks like. So on each order, it will show you, hey, this person ordered, here's the order number, here's the email that was sent out. Next is the review management. So if you're doing product reviews or seller reviews, it's going to say, hey, I want to see how many 5-star ratings I've gotten in the last, 5 days on this product. It just allows you to really have a simple place where you can go manage all of them rather than going in and clicking on individual orders within Amazon. And then it tracks the ratings that you're getting, because in the end, they're not controlling that you get 5-star ratings. If you're getting bad ratings, that potentially could be because of the product you're selling. And if that is the case, you want to really pay attention to it. And then you can go and you track your work. if you're sending out automatic invoices, you can go and design a template and just say, hey, I want this sent out after every single order. Like I said, you're not going to need this a lot in the US marketplace, but you will need it when you're in some of the other ones like Europe. And then lastly, you're going to have your marketplace management where it's going to say, I want to add multiple marketplaces. I want to be in, the US. I want to be in Mexico. I want to be in the UK, whatever have you, so that you can go and very simply manage how this software works for you and your store. And it's very, very simple to use. So you go, you set up your templates, you tell it what you want it to do, and it just does it for you. So you set up a campaign saying, hey, I want these things to happen with every single order, and then you turn it on and let it go. And then you get charged once a month. So, very, very simple to use. This is the AMZ Finder. If you have any questions, I believe they do have a, let me see here. They do have, frequently asked questions. They have, if you are having some problems, but you can also set up if you go to like customer email plan, you can actually set up demos with them, and have them, walk you through how to use the software exactly. And it does change quite often. So AMZ Finder, again, is a very, very powerful software, a feedback software that you should use. There's a number of different softwares out there. All of them are pretty much the same concept. It's an automated email process that goes out with your orders. So go get this set up. At the very least, try the free version. Make sure that it's for you before you're willing to spend money on it. But this is a very, very good software nonetheless.